TLDR, took shrooms before a funeral, ended up talking to the spirit of the person who died and learning something about myself that broke me. I didn't know the guy who died all that well. Some distant relative I barely remembered. I was bored and figured shrooms might make the whole thing a little easier to sit through. So I popped a couple before heading to the church, thinking nothing would happen until later. By the time the casket rolled in, though, everything hit like a truck. The room was alive, the walls were breathing, the stained glass was glowing, and the casket looked like it was floating. I tried to stay cool, but when I glanced over at the casket again, he was standing there. The guy who died, his spirit or whatever, was looking right at me. He didn't seem mad or scary, just calm, almost like he was curious about me. "You don't really know me, do you?" he asked. His voice wasn't loud, but it cut through everything else in the room. I shook my head, frozen. "That's okay," he said. "Most people here don't. But you seem like you're lost, too." That hit me harder than I expected. He started talking about his life. How he wasted so much time trying to please people who didn't care. How he chased after things that didn't matter. Then he said, "It's not about being remembered. It's about living while you're here. Are you living, or are you just scared?" I couldn't answer. Tears just started pouring out of me. He looked at me one last time and said, "Don't waste your time, kid." Then he was gone, and I was left sitting there, sobbing harder than anyone else in the room. People kept coming up to me afterward, saying, "You must have been so close to him." I just nodded, too wrecked to explain. Even now, I don't know if it was the shrooms or something real. But I've been thinking about what he said ever since. Maybe I've been wasting my time too.